Brothers and sisters, welcome to our New Jersey's Cheon prayer vigil. Today is Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. Let's begin by greeting our heavenly parents and true parents. Cheonjin Champongluke Kyombe. We'll now recite the family pledge, first in Korean.
가정맹세 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Number 7. Our family, the owner of Cheonilguk, pledges through living for the sake of others to perfect the world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. Thank you. Now for opening prayer, can I please ask Mr. Tyndall Baines to open us up in opening prayer, please?
Good morning, everyone. Please join me in prayer. Most beloved Heavenly Parent, we are so grateful to join you, join each other another day and every day for this morning devotion, where we have an opportunity to share our true mother's words, share each other's lives, and have a moment for you to speak to each and every one of us. Heavenly Parent, I invite your presence this morning. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity for another day to be able to share with my brothers and sisters. Heavenly Parent, I'm so grateful that we have our true mother with us at this time, and that we have an opportunity to really understand her heart more deeply. I pray, Heavenly Parent, that every day we can find new ways how we can renew ourselves. I can renew myself to really be able to apply, invest, become a better me. Thank you for your blessings, your patience with me, with each one of us. And I offer this prayer in gratitude in my name, Tyndall Baines, the Baines Blessed Central family. Aju.
Aju. Thank you, Mr. Baines, for that opening prayer. We will now be moving on to our morning light stretches. So we'll begin by taking 3 deep breaths in and out. Okay, deep breath in and out. Other one in and out. One more in and out. All right, and we'll reach towards our back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We'll go across in the front. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Do shoulder rotations. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. And we'll do neck rotation side to side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. And now we'll bring your knees to your chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll switch sides. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We'll do arm circles now, big arm circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Now we'll do rotations. 10, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. And the last 10 seconds, you can stretch and massage any body part you feel needs it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, I hope everyone's warmed up, wide awake, and ready to share any appreciations and gratitudes for today. I will see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed their breakout room today. I had a great breakout room with Mrs. Parker and Mr. Deshotel. For the representative sharing today, can I please ask Mr. Clofa Deshotel to share your appreciation for today?
Am I unmuted?
Yeah, now you're good.
No. Well, I'm very grateful to have been able to be in the room when Damien Dunkley and Clifton explained this new explanation, this on the whiteboard. But to be honest, actually, I saw a picture. A friend sent me a picture from Chicago of that same whiteboard, a little different. So I did not hear when I was in the room that now Kimi says, well, this is the first time I've seen this. Like, wow. So of course, I didn't hear that, but I had the benefit of watching it a second time on YouTube. So I'm very grateful for all the technical staff and all the people that pull all these details together. The event was awesome, but then to go back and reflect on it was really, really helpful. So it's like reading a book a second time or watching a movie the second or third or fourth time, you know. It was great to see that explanation, the three-dimensional, the four-dimensional, and sometimes we still have a habit of looking with two-dimensional eyes, two-dimensional mindset. So it was very helpful to go back and review it and even take notes this time in my handy little book and that I got from anyway. I'm grateful for the new explanation on the whiteboard that Damien Dunkley did, and happy to hear that now Kimi, it was the first time, something new, something fresh. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clova, for that beautiful appreciation. And yes, thank you for all the tech. Without the tech, we would not even be here today, and I would be able to see it on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for waking up and helping us out every single day. All right, we will be now moving on to True Mother's memoir. So please prepare your hearts and your minds as we listen to Dr. Ward as he shares True Mother's reading and his insights for today. Oh, please unmute Dr. Ward.
I do that almost every day. So sorry about that. Good morning to everyone, and thank you, Jeanette, and thank you, Koji, for being here for us technically as well. I'd like to start then by reading Mother's words for today. As I was forewarned, half the audience in Istanbul got up and left during my speech because I did not mention either Islam or the Prophet Muhammad. I realized that the road ahead in the Middle East would not be a smooth one. On the heels of that event, my next engagement was in Jerusalem. My family and movement leaders again voiced concern. They pointed out that it was an epicenter of war and tried to persuade me to wait until a calmer time. Nonetheless, I went to Jerusalem, and after my arrival, encountered a different problem. Opposition from Jewish leaders had led to the venue abruptly canceling our reservation. We found another hall, but there, as in Istanbul, many people left during my speech because what I said was not in accord with their beliefs. As in Istanbul, neither daunted nor discouraged, I finished my speech. I knew that God had suffered over the Middle East for thousands of years, and I was experiencing a small taste of that pain. I knew that even those who left early had received something of value that would grow in their hearts. As the world ushered in the new millennium, the American Clergy Leadership Conference took our ministry for peace in the Middle East to a new level, with an initiative to bring reconciliation between Jews and Christians. Based on the call for Christians to embrace the Jewish people, it was discovered that the cross is a barrier to that unity. Therefore, Christians called for the end of the era of the cross, taking down their crosses and focusing instead on the resurrection and victory of Jesus in love. In May 2003, members of the Christian clergy from the United States and Europe, as well as Israel, marched through the streets of Jerusalem carrying a cross. In a prayer of repentance and forgiveness, they buried that cross in the field of blood, which is said to have been bought by Judas Iscariot with the 30 pieces of silver he received for betraying Jesus. A Jewish woman present at that event said she felt as if 4,000 years of sorrow on the part of her people had finally dissipated. Thank you. So I prepared my reflection for today, and then I woke up this morning, and when I woke up this morning, I decided to wear this jacket, which I hadn't worn for a long time. And when I looked on the jacket, I saw that there was this little pin there. And the pin is a pin of American-Saudi friendship, America and Saudi Arabia, which I received from one of my students when I was at the University of Bridgeport. And I was not planning to talk about a few things that I'm going to speak about at the beginning of my presentation. But I felt that when I saw this pin this morning, I felt maybe God did want me to say a few things about that. So I hope what I share will be helpful. So my topic this morning is Han and the Middle East, and you see there the Korean and the Chinese term for Han, you know, and Mother's last name is not that Chinese character. It's a different Chinese character. Mother's last name is the same character as the Han in Hanguk for Korea. This is a different character that we see here. And this is the breakdown of Han. On the left side, that symbol that you see there, that is like an abbreviation of heart, you know. And in the unification, I'm talking about the left side there. In the unification worldview, an essential emotional state in today's fallen world is Han. That is guilt and regret due to current circumstances for which one harbors partial responsibility while also harboring a continuing aspiration for transformation. Even if it doesn't come, there's that hope. But at the same sense, there's pain. And we even learn that Heavenly Parent suffers Han because of the fall, and could I have done something better or different, or why did this happen? Why did things go the way that they did? Even Heavenly Parent suffers with this. So we see that Mother has, so I'm going to talk very briefly about particularly Israel's Han and Islam's or Arab Han. And I think it's important to understand these two things as unificationists. It's not enough simply to be upset because there's terror going on in the Middle East because of X, Y, or Z reason. But behind everything, there's always some kind of reason or pain that doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right. But nevertheless, it's important for us to understand what's behind it a little bit. So I hope I can help with this. So Mother talks about Ankara, Turkey, and she says, half the audience in Istanbul got up and left during my speech because I did not mention either Islam or the Prophet Muhammad. I realized that the road ahead in the Middle East would not be a smooth one. Now, I have not read Mother's transcript of her speech that she gave at that time, but my guess is that she probably spoke about Jesus, and she had to speak about Jesus because Jesus is the key for everyone, as we heard from Reverend Dunkley, as Mr. DeSotel explained this morning. You know, basically, Reverend Dunkley emphasized that number one, we have to understand Jesus and then understand true Mother. So, of course, Mother brings this understanding of Jesus, and I'm sure she spoke about Jesus there. But a lot of people in the Middle East, they have resentment towards Christianity because they feel that Christianity mistreated them at the end of World War II. And True Mother also experienced really rejection in the Muslim world, which probably was because of what she said. They looked at it through the prism of what they saw as Christianity. And Christianity, particularly following World War II and the many decades of the colonization of the Middle East, from the end of World War I until after World War II, Christianity made many mistakes. Think about the Holocaust. The Holocaust took place in Germany. But after World War II, the state of Israel was established in the Middle East. And in the Middle East, there were Arabs who said, "Why are you doing this here? We didn't do the Holocaust. Why are you putting this here in our land? We have not controlled this territory ever, And in February of 1945, President Franklin Roosevelt met with King Faisal of Saudi Arabia. And he thought that it was going to be very easy to convince him about creating the state of Israel. But after that meeting in February 1945, President Roosevelt came out of the meeting and said, establishing a state of Israel is going to be very difficult. There's a lot of ill feeling here. There's a lot of issues here. This is not going to be at all as easy as I thought. Now, in April of that year, we know that Roosevelt died, and Harry Truman became the president of the United States, and he very quickly created the state of Israel. He was not concerned about Arab buy-in at all. He just created it. So basically, he created it, and there was a vote at the UN, and suddenly there was a state of Israel. But think about it, if the United Nations voted suddenly that Maine was a part of Canada, would that be acceptable to Americans? And the most serious thing is Arabs are feeling and caring people. And surely I had a chance to speak to an Arab diplomat sometime, and I said, do you think it might have been possible that among Arabs themselves in discourse with countries such as the United States, it might have been possible to realize, the Jews have been so mistreated. This is their homeland. Let's find a way to build a place for them. Let's find a way to support them so that they can have a nation. I said, do you think that might have been possible to do? And this person said, yeah, I think it might have been possible. But the point is that we did not give the Arabs any voice in that process. So sometimes Father speaks about African Americans in the United States, and he said that Blacks had to come to America. It was absolutely essential to bring about the unification of the world. But what Father also said is they should not have come that way. They should not have come as slaves. And likewise, in the case of the state of Israel, absolutely, there had to be a state of Israel. It was providential. God needed the state of Israel at this time to bring together Judaism, Christianity, and the message of true parents. Those three had to come together. But it didn't have to occur this way. It didn't have to just be pushed without any buy-in from the people in the Middle East. Christianity had a responsibility to seek that buy-in. And indeed, I believe that it could have happened. But that is the source of a lot of the harm that goes on today. It doesn't justify terror. It doesn't justify the things that happened to Israel not so long ago. But at the same time, Christians could have done better. Then Mother travels on to Jerusalem, and she says, nonetheless, I went to Jerusalem, and after my arrival, encountered a different problem. Opposition from Jewish leaders had led to the venue abruptly canceling our reservation. We found another hall, but there, as in Istanbul, many people left during my speech because what I said was not in accord with their beliefs. As in Istanbul, neither daunted nor discouraged, I finished my speech. I knew that God had suffered over the Middle East for thousands of years, and I was experiencing a small taste of that pain. I knew that even those who left early had received something of value that would grow in their hearts. So True Mother experienced rejection from the Islamic world, and also she experienced rejection by Israelis when she went on to speak in Jerusalem. And again, there's a certain kind of Han there, basically both within Islam and within within Judaism, there is always the concern that Christians are just trying to convert them, not respecting their faith, not respecting their tradition. And also, just as the Arab world was mistreated by Christianity after World War II, so also were the Jews throughout World War II, and likewise since there's also been much mistreatment there, anti-Semitism. We know all about this, but I wanted to point particularly to the tragedy of the Holocaust. And this is a book that was written by Raphael Midov. It's called "The Jews Should Keep Quiet," and it talks about the relationship between Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Rabbi Stephen Weiss. Can you imagine? Jews were receiving news that their brothers, their sisters, their husbands, their wives were being gathered up and being brought to camps and being gassed, just having their lives wiped out by the millions. And that was not publicized in the American press throughout World War II. And the United States did not want the American people to know about that. They kept it quiet. And when there was a voice within Jewish civil society in the United States, even President Roosevelt became very upset and said the Jews should keep quiet. They don't need that. We're doing what we can. They don't need to talk about this now. So that kind of sense caused a great deal of pain, caused Han. So there is this matter of the Han of the Arab people, the Han of the Israelis, because Christianity did not handle these things properly, and the nations representing Christianity did not handle things properly. Finally, just a few words about the taking down of the cross. As the world ushered in the new millennium, the American Clergy Leadership Conference took our ministry for peace in the Middle East to a new level with an initiative to bring reconciliation between Jews and Christians. Based on the call for Christians to embrace the Jewish people, it was discovered that the cross is a barrier to that unity. And I think that many of you are aware of this story, but I want to share it anyways. And that is at Unification Theological Seminary, above the chapel there, outside, there was a cross. And on June 11th, 2001, just 3 months before 9/11, there was a lightning storm, and that storm struck that cross, and the cross was, splintered into pieces. And that was during the presidency of Dr. Tyler Hendricks, whom we're blessed to have join us here on so many different occasions and also share with us. Really one of the great historians in our church, and really a person who, for like 20 years played very public missions in the United States, both as our church, a national leader, and also as the leader of UTS for a decade. So Dr. Hendricks was president when this event happened, and he described it this way. He said, on the evening of June 11th, there was a thunderstorm in the mid-Hudson Valley. A bolt of lightning struck the 5-foot-high stone cross that had stood at the top of our seminary for its 70 years of existence. The cross is not grounded, so the energy had no place to go but out horizontally. This snapped the cross at its base, separating it from the building. He went on to say, as a symbol of Christ's suffering and salvific love for all humankind, the cross is heroic and magnificent. But as a symbol of humankind's malice toward God, expressed by crucifying his son, the cross induces pain and sorrowful grief to God. While a symbol of God's victory, it is also a symbol of human sin. And basically, this event and Dr. Hendricks reporting this event was was like a sign from True Father. He recognized that it was time to remove the cross, that Christians had to start to remove the cross because it was actually a barrier. It was a barrier to God because of the pain that it caused him. And it was also a barrier to Jews and Muslims because they associated it with the European conquerors. They associated it with abuse and mistreatment of Jews and also of Muslims across the history of colonialism. And they buried that cross in the potter's field or the field of blood that supposedly was purchased by Judas Iscariot. And what an amazing event, and what a great symbol. True Father's direction became manifest when he called upon Christian clergy to take down the cross as a condition for reconciliation among the sons of Abraham. So that's what this was about. Even True Mother as mother, going to Turkey and going to Israel. Her purpose in doing those things really was to foster reconciliation among the sons of Abraham, whom God loves so dearly, and whom God wants to see to be able to embrace and care for each other. And this event of the taking down of the cross was a major event, beyond any shadow of a doubt, for our movement. And Mother's going to the Middle East, and she's been there many times, likewise, is part of this whole effort of True Parents to gather together these beloved people who are at the root of our faith, of the faith of billions in the world, Muslims, Jews, and Christians. It's at the root of all that, and it's because of them that finally we find this time of the coming of True Parents. And True Parents can't forget the contributions of the sons of Abraham, and neither should we. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ward, for those amazing insights, amazing pictures, article. It amazes me how much you gather for us to really understand True Mother's heart, True Parents' heart, and also your heart as well. And I'm sure we've all got so many insights, so please feel free to take any keywords, insights, and share it in the chat so we can all read together. But unfortunately, due to time, we will not be moving on to our breakout rooms. I would now like to pass it on to Pastor Taquino for any announcements and closing prayer for today.
Hey, thank you, Dr. Ward. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so April 17th. Once again, I will truly appreciate everyone support Blue Dragon Tour, and also privilege for second gen and HLC classes financially. So now many of the second gen already they actually go to the Korea today or yesterday. They already depart for Korea. And the Pastor Kim and I and the Astaka, we will depart for Korea today, late night. So this is a holidays special devotional period, and okay, for the safety of the true parents and the true family, for a victorious entrance into the Cheon-il Sanctum in Cheonwon-gun, to successfully witness to new people, especially young people, and for real church growth, for the unification of North and South Korea, and the heavenly unified Korea, to overcome all crises affecting our world, and to realize a heavenly unified world. So as I announced, we have no evening prayer vigil until we come back, and we will start a prayer vigil on April 29, Monday night. And as you see that we are now preparing to go to the Korea, and actually this is not 65, 70 next gen from Northeast region will go to the Korea and ACLC classes. And this time different, one big difference is we will create a team with mixing the team, second gen and ACLC pastors. So when we have a program together, we will create one team for the second gen group and the GPA group and the ACLC graduate combined. So we have, I think, 15 team. No. Yeah. So every team, one clergy will be there. So that was a big difference. We really want to work together with the young generation and the ACLC clergy. And we hope we have an opportunity to meet through Mother. Anyway, while we are not here, but this morning, the morning prayer vigil continue to have every day. And after Dr. Ward, we invite Pastor Barbara. After Pastor Barbara, we invite Dean Boyd. So this prayer vigil will continue even we are not here. And the Sunday service already we prepared. And Mr. David Eaton, he will give some message, especially his experience, mother's request about the music and art. So Mr. David Eaton will be the speaker on this coming Sunday. And next Sunday, April 28th, we will have a Houston Church. We will have a holiday service. Okay. And you will receive the live stream, I think April 24th, True Parents Holy Marriage Anniversary. You will receive the YouTube live stream. Okay, brothers and sisters, please continue to pray that all the next generation have a unforgettable experience in Korea and the clergy also. Once we come back, we can more share about Korea trip. Please join me in prayer. Heavenly parents, true parents. You are our parents, heavenly parents, and we are children of you, God. But we truly understand who we are? And are we truly understand who is a heavenly parent and true parents? That was a question. What is our identity? What is second gen identity? If we truly understand our identity, we know what we have to do. True Mother already sharing concerning of America, or hope of America. America, if America stand by True Mother, and America fight for the world peace. we can change the world. Because God prepared in America the world. God prepared in America, give the blessing for the world. Now, representative the American members and the young people will go to Korea. And we truly want to comfort True Mother. And we like to say to True Mother, don't worry, we are here. And we will fight for you, True Mother, to protect you, True Mother. That we like to share giving the message to True Mother. And unite with Dr. Jinkri and all pastors and the members together. If we unite, we can do anything possible. If we unite True Mother and if we unite the American members together, we can do anything not impossible. Please, we will meet True Mother and we like to share our hope. America is a hope of God. Thank you, God, you giving us such a wonderful opportunity and life, everyone. Wonderful brothers and sisters here. If we truly unite and care each other, love each other, pray for each other, then nothing worry. Sincere devotion move the heart of God. If we can move the heart of God, we can move the heart of the people. That I believe. And that is my motto to parents also. I pray for this, my name, Atsushi Takino, Bread Central Family. Adieu.
Aju, please unmute for unison prayer.
Good morning, Heavenly Parents. For grant
Parents,
And
my Jesus, yes, this morning to offer our heart of gratitude. So grateful that we can be able to use this special time to dance and we can be able to together as brothers and sisters of devotion. Parents, we know that we always be away from you, though our actions. But this morning we're coming here to renew our heart, to renew our relationship with our we are so grateful that we have a strong support from the spiritual world, our beloved Father, and True Mother, creation of heaven and earth. Heavenly Parents, we see the world how it's going so crazy, bad way. We have hope that you are there. And no matter what Satan is working, you are always there to be triumphant, victorious. Many parents that at this moment, again, generation are going on this trip. Please protect each one of them, bless each one of them. No matter is getting ready to give blessings to this young second generation on the 19th. Pray for the safety, the health of our beloved True Mother. Thank you for your love. Pray that we can be with all our leaders. Please inspire them, encourage them to be united and advance with confidence. Even parents,
でございます。
You go through a lot.
で、お母様に会え
That
る
we
という、
want to promise that
本当に最も
our daily life
With what we have received and this truth that we
分かります。
do now.
to trust
本当に
have
が、私たちに また
second in
感謝
a
を捧げ、
parent
皆様との新たな出会いを通して、
that the meantime we
またこうして、
could not really
はい、
our love is
の時間のうちに、また多くの
educated our
恵み
children
を与えてくださって、 また
today the world
ない
is
もので、
really having
どうか一人一人の祝福を
is
あなたが守り、
be with them
無事に韓国の国に到着いたしまして、
and through their hearts they can
我々
understand
自身の
that
来
you
る
are
こと
waiting
がで
for
きる
them
と、
to accomplish
すべてをまた、
when parents we pray for the day please protect each one of us bless each one of us to every us no matter what job study or
感謝をお捧げできる
under your
幸いを、から感謝を
under your arms under your eyes
信じ勝手、
for
良い
everything
Thank you, everyone, for the unison prayer, and thank you, everyone, for joining us here today. I hope to see everyone tomorrow and have a happy Wednesday. Have a great day, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Have a great day.
See you soon.
everybody.
Have a great
Bye,
day.
everybody.
Bye, Peter Sam. Hi,
Sunday, everyone.
Hi.
Girl, God bless you.
Have a nice
guys.
day. Hi,
Have a
Myra
great
Sam.
day.
Have a nice day.
Good
Thank you,
job,
thank you.
Michael.
See you
Have a good
tomorrow.
one.
Very much.
Reed,
Bye.
Mark,
Bye.
Bless you.
Dr.
Dr.
Hendrik.
Hendrik.
Hendricks, nice to
Thank
see
you,
you.
Dr.
John,
Watts. Thank you
Maya,
very much.
uh,
Raisa, Dr. Watts.
Stan,
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ward, for a great talk.
Pastor Takino. Have a safe trip to New Jersey.
Yeah.
To,
Thank you.
Yeah, Takino, have a great trip.